Psychedelic psychotherapy is going to transform psychiatry, psychology, social work, clinical social work.
It could be a breakthrough in the way that we treat mental illnesses and more. Health Canada has just opened a new door for MDMA and psilocybin-assisted therapies, a welcome development by advocates for psychedelic medicine.
We are strongly supportive of Health Canada's removal of the psychedelics from the Schedule J and the Food and Drug Act regulations, and we think it's wonderful. So we really appreciate that. We've been advocating for this for years.
Mark Hayden is the executive director of the Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies. He currently provides public education on drugs and drug policy.
Psychedelics can be available through multiple channels now. One is through phase 1, 2, and 3 clinical trials, the process of turning a molecule into a medicine, and the other is on an individual request basis for drugs that aren't on prescription but are now available through this thing called a special access program.
For end-of-life care, terminal cancer patients in Canada have already been prescribed psilocybin, the main psychedelic compound associated with magic mushrooms. MDMA and psilocybin are the two kinds of substances being examined for use in therapy. Revising Health Canada's special access program would allow for these substances to close a massive gap in treatments for a range of mental illnesses and substance use disorders.
So they're actually very different kind of experiences. MDMA is more useful for PTSD treatment, post-traumatic stress disorder, partly because it's so safe. It feels so warm and fuzzy. If somebody's been highly traumatized, the experience of safety that MDMA brings is very, very important for that healing process. Psilocybin is the preferred medicine for end-of-life anxiety. If you think about people that have cancer and they're dying and they're really struggling with, understanding their lives in a larger context, psilocybin structured carefully in a therapeutic process can give people a profound revelatory experience that connects them with their sense of spirituality and their meaning and purpose to life.
Dr. Devon Christie is among those advising Health Canada on revising the Special Access Program. She works with Numinous, a company in Vancouver which was the first to be authorized to grow magic mushrooms in Canada.
Our conversations have been well received by Health Canada. In fact, it really does seem like we're in a climate of policy change that's really favoring bringing these new and needed treatment innovations forward for Canadians in a safe and evidence-based way. And really what Health Canada is signaling here is their commitment to the ethical continuity of care for participants in research studies, as well as access to these treatments for the millions of Canadians in need while we're awaiting their final approval.
Dr. Christie says that MDMA might be a regulated therapy option by 2023. In Vancouver, Kier Junos, City News.